Welcome back to NHL Live, a festive Friday edition from New York City. Rob Simpson and EJ Raddick.
Yes.
And always a pleasure, EJ, and I'm sure you agree, to speak to this young man. Ray Whitney, the Wizard, joins us on NHL Live. Hey, Ray, how are you?
I'm good, guys. And
you're still playing well. And hey, listen, I want to ask you off the top, how's your dad doing? Because I remember I was on that trip with you during the lockout several years ago, and your dad was on the trip. He was playing goal. How's he doing, Floyd Whitney?
Yeah, he's doing real well, thanks.
Good.
He's retired from the police force now and had a lot of time down here. So he's working on his golf game, and it's not really coming along for him. But he's, I tell you, he's persistent though. He keeps working at it.
Well, good for him, and I'm glad to see that things are going well with him. How are you doing now? You guys coming off a tough game last night against Detroit, but you had 3 wins before that. It seems like the team is continuing to play hard despite having really a tough go this year.
Yeah, you know what? That's the one tribute to the guys who are in here. We've had some injuries. Our goaltending. Cam Ward's back to from his injuries back into the Cam Ward that everybody's used to, and he gives us a chance now every night to win. And we didn't play great the other night in Toronto, but he was good enough to win. We didn't play great first period against Ottawa at home the other night, but he held us in, and then we got our game going. We played well for 2 periods. So the biggest reason is right now is the play of Cam Ward.
How about him?
I just imagine the old days, Cam. That's how they had to do it all the time. They weren't using curves and Easton sticks, but I can't imagine playing goal with us.
Me and Harry Truman. We all share we all share the same birthday.
Right,
of course, unfortunately, I'm 8 years older than you are. That's the tough part.
Well, I'm only 32 in hockey years. I didn't like the first 5 years of my career, so I erased them. I thought I was sick for those 5, so I'm not counting those. So I'm 32 in hockey years.
Well, while on this subject, the future beyond this summer, looking ahead, contract-wise, where you're headed, what you do, and all that. Have you talked about it, looked at it, all that good stuff?
No, I haven't really. Obviously, I'm gonna. I plan on playing as long as I can. I'm still enjoying the game. I still feel I got the legs underneath me and can contribute and still play at a high level. And when I don't, my pride is too heavy to just sit there and be an extra. I probably won't play once I can't do that anymore. So, but as long as I can do it, I'll continue on to play.
But have you chatted with Jimmy Rutherford or no?
No. You know what? I got to be honest with you. Most of this year, right now, Jimmy's not a man right now that you want to be talking to. He's disappointed. He's as disappointed as anybody, and rightfully so. And I haven't gone and ventured his way too often.
Ray, I would have to say, and I guess, again, this is something that you're just going to go out and play. This is probably out of your control to some degree, but, you're a prime guy for a team looking for some help offensively to try to acquire because you are in the last year of your contract there in Carolina. You're still a terrific player and a guy who's had a lot of playoff experience, has been part of some winning groups there. Is that in the back of your mind at all that, hey, I might end up, being moved somewhere, by the deadline?
Well, there's always that opportunity, like you said, EJ. There's, at the deadline or close to it, it seems to really heat up and the talks get to going. But I haven't heard anything. I haven't been asking for anything, and I still believe that this team I'm going to continue on until we're at the point where it's a dead season for us, and I'm sure you'll hear the talks raise or become more frequent. But there is that opportunity, there is that chance. But as of right now, I'm a Hurricane. Whenever you win a championship somewhere, that's kind of where your heart is, and this is the place I love to be, and this is the team that has done so much for me, and I just want I'm going to continue to play as hard as I can for them.
Hey, talking about about your team and your teammates there, how's Eric Stahl doing? We know he's had a kind of a tough go this year. He got hurt, and he's had some the personal issues with his sister-in-law had passed away. How is he doing? How's he holding up after all this stuff this year? He's
doing well. He's had a tough go, but he went to the Canadian camp in August, and like everybody there, you want to impress, and he pushed as hard as he could, and he tore a groin or pulled his groin out there, and he played the first month and a half on one leg pretty much, and then tore an oblique, which actually was a blessing because it let him heal his groin.
Yeah.
So he came back, and he was playing really good up to that, and then of course his sister-in-law passing away was tough for his family and his wife and him. So he's handling it very well, and and the whole Olympic thing and having that come and go now, you can just see he's a different mentally. He's just he's a different hockey player, and then this tragedy. He's doing as well as you can be expected, I guess. I mean, he's had a frustrating season like all of us, but he is the franchise of the Carolina Hurricanes. So when he gets going, we're a better team, and we just got to be with him right now in this time of in a tough time for him.
Ray Whitney from the Carolina Hurricanes. Speaking of the Olympics, plans for the break? Maybe relax, some umbrella drinks, run in the sand for training. What do you got going?
Yeah, well, I was planning on going to Whistler playing them, but apparently they overlooked me. So
those no good and dirty.
Yeah, geez. No, I'm going to go like everybody. I'll go take the kids to Disney World for a couple of days, and then my wife and I will maybe take off and, like you said, sit somewhere on the beach somewhere. And unfortunately, at my age, you just don't let yourself get too far out of shape. And I'll be on a bike somewhere, like you said, doing some kind of training to keep in shape, and look forward to that end push after the Olympic break. And
I'm assuming you'll watch the medal round, for example, as an interested fan.
Absolutely. I am. I'm excited. And I was very, very excited for Eric, just because of the season that that we've been going through, and that he's been going through. That he gets this opportunity. I think he's going to impress, the people of Canada and the people that chose him. And I'm looking forward to watching him. And I'm pulling for Canada as hard as anybody. Unbiased
viewpoint. Are they going to win it?
Unbiased, yes, I think so. I think the Russians pose a problem. I guess it depends on how they come together. But I like the Canadian team. I think anytime you got the best goaltender in the world, right there, that gives you a good advantage.
Hey Ray, let me ask you, because we've talked about the break, and you've been on the that side of it. In 06 there was a break. You guys ended up winning a Stanley Cup there. How does it impact teams? I talked to a couple of guys, and they say, they like some time off, but it's kind of too long, and then it takes them a little while to kind of get going again and get used to the routine. How is it for guys who have that break?
Well, it's a little bit on the long side, to be honest with you. Yes. So, and especially with our collective bargaining agreement, they don't allow us to get on the ice, and a lot of guys still have kids that are in school, so they don't really go anywhere, and it'd be nice to be able to still stay on the ice and skate and do what you have to do. But in 06 when we did it, we had a team that was built with just pure speed, and our practices were up and down. So when we came out of it, we were rusty for a couple of days, but because of the pace that we practiced at, we were able to get right back into it pretty good. But it's tough, though. It's one of those gray areas where you got to watch your groins, you got to watch your hip flexors, and it's like starting training camp all over again. So it's advised to most players to make sure they're doing something for that entire break, and not just sipping the cold ones the entire time.
Not a problem coming back for you, though. You're the wizard. There you go.
Well, yeah. Some days I don't know, my wand's broken. Some nights.
Good stuff, Ray. Have fun moving ahead here. We'll keep an eye on you, and enjoy that break.
Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ray.
Ray Whitney.
Good guy.
He is a good guy.
Two good guys.
Yep, absolutely.
Him and Shane Doan. What a good start today.
Guess what?
What?
Tweets.
Calls?
Emails. Calls.
I love it. What's the number?
877-645-6696. And as I understand it,
what's that number again?
It's a toll-free call.
What's that number?
877-645-6696.
Like
NHL Live at xmradio.ca. I'll check out some emails during the break. We'll get caught up there. And twitter.com/NHL Live. Back with more in a moment.